Joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we'll be getting the inside story tonight. Shams Charania is joining us at the broadcast table. Shams, it is so great to have you by our side.
Kevin, thank you so much. It's great to be here. I always love to follow the game, talk about the game. It should be a lot of fun tonight.
You'll give great insight. We can't wait to get going. And now, the New York Knicks starters. Jokic is out there with Horford. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then it's Williams. And it's White in at the shooting guard. And for the Bucks, Malik Monk out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Jackson in at the 5 spot.
Here we go.
So the Bucks win the tip. Now Kuminga. Here's Lillard. And he lays it straight in.
Love the way Lillard can contort his body ever so slightly, able to protect the ball right there.
Here's Suggs. Pass to White. Outside Williams. New York moving the ball around. Outside White. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic.
Well, he might not be a pure shooter, but he's a very steady one. I like that they're getting White something in rhythm here.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now, I asked him if he has any plan for dealing with the multi-time MVP, Nikola Jokic. He said it's all about balance. If you defend Jokic too aggressively, he'll just kick it out to other guys too softly, and he'll kill you inside. So balance is the key. Sounds like a tough balancing act to pull off, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now Lillard, after Jalen Suggs missed from long range. Lillard, the pass to Kuminga. Lillard looking around. 6 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. Did you? You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching the players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Outside Williams. White against Monk. Inside. Williams kicks to Jokic. Monk outside. And Kuminga throws it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Here's Suggs. Following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Lillard against Suggs.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
A free throw drops for Suggs. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it. But it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend.
365, 24/7.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from three, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Now, here's Suggs. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Here's Jokic. Right side Horford. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Miller. It's rebounded by New York. Horford in the post, covered by Lillard. Horford gets the bucket.
And that's Horford for you. I mean, that's what he does. He's a guy who brings toughness and great concentration to what he does in the paint.
Miller outside. Lillard against Suggs. Now, here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. Jackson misses. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard against Suggs. Outside Williams. To the right side. Outside White. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. White's got 6 points.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason. But I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding. Here's White, following the score by Damian Lillard. Suggs finds Jokic. Back to Suggs, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in from Monk. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Pass to Joe. Miller outside. Down low. A shape, and it's sent back by Jokic.
What I like about Jokic defensively is what I like about him overall. Great instincts.
And stolen by Horford. Williams up on top. Covered by Miller. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Suggs against Lillard. Suggs passes to Williams. Here's Jokic. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
So, Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all-NBA team and different accolades.
Yes, well said.
Derek White doing a nice job orchestrating the offense in the right direction there.
Lillard against Suggs. Pass to Miller. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on White.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
That free throw good from Miller.
You know, what you like about Miller is that he doesn't leave opportunities out there hanging. I mean, he's a solid all-around player.
Tillman, he's checked in for the Bucks. Both free throws good for Miller. And so it's New York with it. Here's Suggs. Pass to Jokic. Outside Williams. No good from outside. The Bucks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. So they take the lead. 7 points from Brandon Miller.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Now here's White. Covered by Joe. Out to White. Some nice passing by New York here. Outside Horford. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. We're here, we're talking NBA, we're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a third hidden in your back. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis. And the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. But this is what we signed up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017, he's come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Lillard against Suggs. Lillard the pass to Miller. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 9 points from Brandon Miller. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want, but there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes the free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Jokic showing you the benefits of that work in the weight room, muscling right through the defender.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Jackson, he's checked in for Tillman. Jeremy Sohan comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. And Trent subbed in for Lillard. Free throw, good. Jokic.
Whatever this team needs from Jokic, he seems to provide it because he works so hard. Whether it's points, passing, rebounding, improved defensively, love his determination.
Here's Joe. Hasn't made one yet. Miller outside. Over Williams. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now here's White. He has 6. To the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th assist in this one. Bucks have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And the Bucks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first. Suggs with the ball. 5 points in the game. Here's Horford. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You know, Horford combines skill and power with experience and smarts. And that makes him hard to shut down in the paint.
Now, here's Trent. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Suggs. Jackson against Jokic. An easy 2 points on the layup. Jokic has got 5 now.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Jackson, a screen on Suggs. Fires from deep. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
Derek White has been on display for the Knicks. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organization because you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. and the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very powerful.
Oh, you framed that so well. So with Horford sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Sarr out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Dante Exum. And it's Daniels in at the point guard position. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Now here's Exum, covered by Joe. Pass to Daniels. And here's Nurkic. And it's Exum in the corner. Joe with it. Now defended by Exum. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. The Bucks working the ball around. Clock at 6. And the dunk by Jackson.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
New York trailing. Daniels dishes to Exum. Back to Daniels. Pass to Nurkic. Over to the wing for the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your, it's like I'm talking to my teenage daughter, what is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do. To the paint. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's a 4-point Bucks lead. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for Milwaukee?
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
Miller's checked in for the Bucks. Knicks trail by 4. Now, here's Suggs. He has 5. White the pass to Horford. Now, here's Jokic, guarded by Jackson. Jokic inside. Jackson on him. And the rejection by Jackson. Count it. Milwaukee has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Suggs passes to White. Now Jokic pass to Horford. And the layup's good off the glass. Horford's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Jackson, a screen on Suggs. Shot clock at 5. Here's Joe. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Suggs passes to White. Outside Williams. Suggs with the ball. Pass to White. Lets it go with a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Jokic has got 5 assists tonight.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now, here is Miller. He's got 9. Joe finds Sohan. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And White with the stuff.
Boy, it has been some kind of game for White. He's been aggressive and fearless and free in attacking all game long.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. changes here for the Bucks. Tillman, he's checked in for Jackson. And Lillard subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Monk against White. And here is Monk. He has 5. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. Here's Sohan. Monk outside. Shot clock at 6. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And White kicks to Williams. Pass to Suggs. And stolen by Lillard. Here's Miller. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The Bucks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Murphy's checked in for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 3. Pass to White. Now here's Horford. New York moving it around. Bounce pass Suggs. On to White. Fires the 3. Miller grabs the miss.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And the shot-first mindset of Lillard. When he sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to attack.
Lillard against Suggs. It's White on the wing. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. The slam by Jokic.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Here's Sohan, guarded by Horford. Drives to the hoop. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Knicks trail by 7. Suggs dishes to White. Pass to Suggs. And stolen by Lillard. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now, here's Lillard. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
And he has not been able to keep up that pace he had going in the first quarter.
From the baseline. Second shot opportunity. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
Jackson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Kuminga comes in for Sohan.
A multiple MVP winner. I mean, the former second-round pick Jokic continuing to add to his legacy.
And it's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
The New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Pacers in Indy. Out to the right wing. Jokic passes to White. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got his 7th assist here tonight. Outside, Kuminga on the wing, Monk. Miller, the pass to Kuminga. Outside for Jackson. 5 to shoot. Here's Lillard. That one goes. Count it. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Shams, we appreciate you stopping by. We know you got a lot of things to do, a lot on your plate. Your phone's going bananas. It's lighting up about every 15 seconds. You go take care of that. We'll see you back here next time.
I can always make time for you guys. Kevin, appreciate you guys having me on.
Shams Charania, the best. Thank you so much. Great stuff right there from Shams, one of the most plugged-in people in the world of basketball.
Hey, I mean, if something is going down that's big news, Shams is the first to get a hold of it. He knows everybody around the NBA. Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Outside, White. Pass to Suggs. Jokic inside. Guarded by Jackson. Jokic doing the job inside.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lillard against Suggs. And that one's good. Lillard's got 17.
Boy, Lillard's focus and intensity, top shelf tonight. What a performance.
Suggs dishes to White. Here's Horford. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading.
The previous play is under review.
Got that shot off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here. But no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Milwaukee on top, up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Doc Rivers. Doc, a back-and-forth affair so far. How do you pick it up in the second half?
Well, they were just a more physical team. I mean, they blew up all our actions. They got all the 50-50 balls. We got back in the game because we started doing it back at them, so that's important.
We'll see if you can keep that up. Thanks, Doc. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, they've played below average basketball coming out the gates. They were hoping for more. They were talking a good game in the preseason, but they have not backed it up. Like you never back anything up, Ernie.
Now let's change gears back to the New York Knicks, who find themselves in a tightly contested ball game.
They've been too sloppy with the ball. Coaching staff cannot be happy with all the turnovers.
Tough to win when you can't hold on to the ball. Of course, it might help if they had the hands the size of Shaq.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
New York's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. They've got Monk. Kuminga out there with Miller. Then there's Jackson, and it's Lillard in at the point. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. White, wide open, he fires. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Jokic has got his 8th assist in the game. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
Here's Lillard, following the basket by Jokic. Jackson passes to Kuminga. Hits the three-point bomb. Kuminga's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Now, here's Suggs. 5 points in the game. Pass to Horford. Shoots over Kuminga. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up.
Al Horford plays such a smart offensive game, and you see evidence of that as he's able to outsmart the defender and get him to bite on that pump fake.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Al Horford is a really high IQ big guy. I mean, he also does a little bit of everything for this team. He's extremely valuable.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
First team foul.
That free throw good for Miller. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
To the middle. Stolen by Jackson. Now the Bucks moving it up. Miller kicks to Kuminga. Pass to Lillard. Back to Kuminga. Now Monk takes a three. Drills the three-pointer. Now it's a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. New York's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Pass to Jokic. Back to White. Suggs passes to Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. Over Jackson. And it's Jokic missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Lillard finds Monk. Back to Lillard. Takes it off the glass. Lillard's got 19 points.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Knicks trail by 6. Now White, 20 points for him. Pass to Horford. Jokic with it, looking to end the run. Flexing that range, Nikola Jokic.
What's really cool about Jokic is that he's just as effective working off the ball. He's ready to shoot when he catches it.
Jackson setting the pick here for Kuminga. Jackson down low, working on Horford. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Jackson's got 9.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Suggs passes to White. Now Suggs. Jokic inside, guarded by Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. But what we appreciate, for some players, success can change them, but not for Jokic. He seems like the same guy.
He certainly does, boy, and he is special. He is so much fun to watch. Seems to be even-keeled and down the earth, but his game is heaven sent for sure.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 19. Miller outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it up. And it falls over the rim and in. Miller's got 5 points in the quarter. Knicks trail by 6. Jokic passes to Suggs. Pass to Horford. Jokic with it. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Miller outside. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Horford kicks to Suggs. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. He's got 8.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Now here is Miller. He's got 17. Outside Jackson to the inside. And it's Miller with the jam.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
Here's Suggs. He's got 8. White bounce pass. New York moving it around. Now here's Monk, the fast break chance. And Kuminga throws it down.
And not just the score, Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
And so Horford will bring it up for the Knicks. They trail by 7. Following this, they get to host the Rockets. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Jokic hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze.